It is the morning of day one, and I'm returning this year to Neon Canyon, which is a place I backpacked into last year and got two pretty cool photos. Weather should be pretty good this year, but it is going to be a pretty rough hike. I got to cover about 4 miles of pretty rough terrain, kind of cross-country route, and there's a 1,000-foot elevation drop to get down to the canyon, and I'm going to be about 80 pounds again this year, so that's just kind of insane. But I did lighten up my load in some ways, which means I can take along my D800 video kit this year and still be carrying about the same weight. So it's time to get everything set up and hit the trail. It was certainly a long hike to get in here, but not as bad as last year. And I think a lot of that is because I knew what to expect this time around. And I had some landmarks I was working with, so it really wasn't that big of a deal. And even though I have probably about 80 pounds on my back, it was actually quite comfortable. I mean, my legs are fine, hips are fine, everything's doing just fine. But I got camp set up here at the mouth to Neon Canyon. Did some chores earlier, pumped some water, made some lunch. And so now I'm gonna go ahead and head up canyon and see if I can find something to be inspired by. Because that's usually kind of the way I have to work as a photographer. I have to kind of come up with a plan and kind of figure out something that really inspires me, because until I have that inspiration, I feel like I'm just kind of, I don't know, just going through all the motions. So it's also a rather windy day here, and hopefully I will be inspired by something that does not involve a tree, because yeah, there's gonna be some moving leaves. But it's about noon time, and I'm gonna spend the rest of the afternoon scattering around and see if I can find something. I spent most of the afternoon wandering up and down Neon Canyon and surrounding areas and just looking for an interesting subject. And it was very good to visit some of the locations I shot last year. And when I looked at those locations, I was very glad to see that the decisions I made last year, exact same decisions I make this year. So those ones turned out quite nice. It's been pretty windy throughout the day. Wind's picking up a little right now. And I'm just kind of starting my process of trying to find a photo. And it can be a little intimidating at times because I'm so fresh on this trip right now, and I still have this desire to try to find that subject, and I just want to kind of walk all day long and wait until I can find the right subject and then figure out when to shoot it. And I set up a composition here that may or may not be good. I'm not going to do any shooting today. I just wanted to put a composition on a scene I found. But one of my goals when I set off on this trip was to try to take a photo of Golden Cathedral, which is the very dominant view at the end of this canyon. And it's something that you'll see a lot of, and a lot of the compositions are all quite similar of that area. And Michael Fatale has a wonderful photo of Golden Cathedral. I forget the name of his shot, but it's a composition that would certainly be my first choice if I was setting up here and had never seen his work before. But I don't want to shoot the same photo that he has, so I want to try to find something a little different. And I think that's going to take showing up tomorrow, and well, not showing up tomorrow, but I'm already here. But basically spending some time back here and watching the light as it changes throughout the day, and see if I can find a composition that gives a really kind of calm and peaceful feeling, and not something that looks like it's very intimidating, because it really does look intimidating, but I don't know if I'd necessarily want to have that hanging on my wall. But it's been a good day, and I'm certainly looking forward to maybe taking some photos over the next couple days. But first I gotta find my subject.